Welcome to Mr. Sir Sports. We recently hit 1,000 subscribers, so thank all you guys for that. If you want to join the family and be entered to win a MacBook Pro and experience all the NFL news that's important that you need to know, hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you're notified when our videos go live. When we hit 10,000 subscribers, we're giving away a MacBook Pro, like I mentioned. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a video. Thank you guys again and enjoy the video.
Bengals star defensive lineman Trey Hendrickson is in extension talks with the Bengals, but he said the communication has been poor over the last few months, and that's something that he holds in high regard, that they have not communicated directly with his agent and it's been something that's been a little bit frustrating to him. So what are your thoughts on the lack of communication from the Bengals side of things, and do you think this holds up a contract and ultimately forces them to part ways and him going somewhere else, or do you think they work this out and are able to sign their third star of this free agency after they signed their tandem wide receivers as well?
Yeah, I mean, I think you would hope that they sign him. I mean, he had 17 and a half sacks the last 2 years. He was by far their best player on defense. I mean, he's been a stalwart for them for years, and I don't think that's a guy you can afford to lose. You look at the key positions in the NFL, quarterback, left tackle, edge rush, and obviously the Bengals have Joe Burrow, who's elite. They have Hendrickson, who's very good. So they have a lot of the makings of that. For me, I would love to see them sign other guys in their defense that can really help make them better, because I know there was that crazy stat where the Bengals were like the worst team when it came to, scoring 30-something points in the game. Like every other team lost like 2 games, but they lost like 5 or 6. So clearly we know offense isn't really the issue, especially with the year Joe Burrow had, where, I think there was a legit chance that you could have made for him to be the MVP, especially when you consider if Joe Burrow was on the team, they would have been, picking top 5. So, I mean, I think Hendrickson's a guy you can't afford to lose. I think he's so important on that defense, and he gets after the quarterback better than not many guys get after the quarterback better than him. So, I think you got to keep him. So, what do you think the likelihood is that he ends up walking?
Yeah, I think they end up getting something done. I think this is one of those situations where it's going to bleed into training camp. He still has a year off left on his deal, I think, and he's going to be on the Bengals. It seems like they're not going to trade him. They're going to either force him to sit out, or they're going to end up getting a contract done. It seems like one of those situations where it bleeds into training camp. We're like a week from the season, and then a deal finally gets done. He sits out all of training camp, and then they finally get something done. That's my prediction of probably what happens. The Bengals probably are trying to lowball him at this point, and probably trying to just get the best deal for the team after they signed Chase and Higgins, just because they've spent so much money already. But yeah, they need to get this done. It's about negotiating. I think it's just going to take a little bit longer than both sides want, just because both sides are trying to get the best deal for themselves. And ultimately, it'll probably get done closer to the regular season. So this is something we're going to probably have to talk about for a really long time, because my prediction is it's probably not going to get done anytime soon.